Hi there, I'm Anne. Thank you for stopping by my channel. This is Intentional Joy Beyond 60. The goal of this channel is really to be mindful and remind us that it's important to find joy in each and every day. And so I started a 30-day challenge. Today is day 3 of that challenge. And each and every day for a minimum of 30 days, I want to find something that brings me joy. And I've invited anyone watching these videos to join in, do this with me. I would love it if you'd leave a comment. Tell me what you found in your day that brought you joy. Today, I'd like to focus on things that are beautiful, that we tend to take for granted and just kind of pass by every day. What is something simple? Whether it be a flower, an interesting shape in a cloud, hearing the birds sing when you wake up in the morning, just something simple that is actually really beautiful. What have you noticed today? Can you take a moment and just find something that is actually really beautiful when you sit and give it a moment? For me, a couple of things come to mind. I have been, throughout the spring, watching this, I think it's a cherry blossom tree, and I'll post a photograph of it. It was starting to bloom, and I was watching for the blooms to come. And then the heat kind of took over, and it didn't do quite so well. But for a little while there, it was really starting to look like it was going to blossom and be absolutely beautiful. So I was really keenly watching that. There are lots of things that I've been noticing lately that are beautiful. Just the up-close image of a beautiful flower, that brings me joy. Right now, actually, what brings me joy, I'm gonna jiggle the camera around a little bit, but this guy right here, he just snuggles himself up beside me. And that's his happy place. That's his happy place to sleep. So that brings me joy too. You may have wondered why I'm sitting in a different position today. Normally I sit with the CN Tower behind me so that you can see through my window. Today I'm not doing that because my little friend here needed a nap. So he's snuggled up next to me. I also wanted to talk today. So I encourage you and I invite you to find something beautiful, and please leave me a comment and share with me what did you notice today that was beautiful? What caught your eye? What took your attention? Even if it's just sitting for a moment with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, watching the steam, watching the way the light streams in through your window. Whatever happens to be for you, I'd love to hear about it. So please share and leave a comment. I'd love for us to start a conversation. That would be fun. I also wanted to share another story with you about a resident that I used to have. I've met so many wonderful people throughout my career that I really feel like they deserve to be remembered. I had a lady that was in a wheelchair. She was originally from Austria. She and her husband were never able to have children, and her husband predeceased her. So she was alone. She had a caregiver, no family here in Canada, but she had a caregiver that would help her with things. And so she was living in the retirement residence where I was working. And she would do a phone call with her brother every Saturday morning. And she hadn't actually seen his face in, I think it was 23 years. So I asked her one day if I could have his phone number, her brother's phone number, just in case of emergencies. And so she agreed and gave me his phone number. I also knew someone that I had worked with previously who was from Austria, and so I reached out to him and I said, would you mind calling her brother and seeing if we can arrange for her to have a virtual call with him on my laptop so that they can actually see each other's face. And So he did that for me and reached out and spoke with her brother's grandson, and they got it all arranged, and we had a nurse bring her into the office, and I turned the monitor around, and there was her brother looking at her for the first time in 23 years. She cried, he cried, his grandson cried, the nurse cried, we all cried. It was one of the most moving, memorable, wonderful days, moments in my career that I can remember. It was just magical for her to have that access to her brother and his grandson for the first time in so long. It was a lovely, warm moment, so I was happy that we could do that for her. So today, as we think about intentional joy and what brings us joy, I hope you can take a moment and just stop, smell a rose. I do love roses. In fact, I don't think I've ever met a flower that I didn't really love, so flowers are part of my happy place for sure. A good piece of chocolate, oh my goodness. Cup of tea and a piece of chocolate cake first thing in the morning for breakfast, that's my happy place too. So please share with me, what did you find today that brought you joy? What did you find that was beautiful? I wish you a lovely day, and we'll chat again soon. Thanks for stopping in.